All right, we're live. So, welcome. Today is Tuesday, December 10th, and we are going to be working on our week one of our third. Yeah, that's doesn't really roll off the tongue. So, we're in our peak phase. It's a 3 week phase. Today, week one. So, we're going to be working on heavy singles on bench today. We're going to put 285 on the bar. We're going to do 4 sets of one. And then our last set, our fifth set, is going to be as many reps as possible. Every rep that I get over one is going to add a percentage point to next week's training weight. So I'll explain that as we go. But for all intents and purposes, we're starting a heavy single phase on the bench. Once we do that, we're going to go into the spot press and overhead press, where we do 4x4 on each one of those. So we're cutting down on the amount of assistance work we're doing on this to focus on the heavy repetitions, and then yeah, we're going to be getting heavier every week, and we're going to be doing less volume every week. So without further ado, let's get started. Make sure that the camera is lined up properly. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, so haven't loaded any weight yet, just got the bench set up, and we're going to start getting our warm-up reps in. Whew. So a little cold in the garage, and I am fasted today, so I'm just feeling cold. So if my voice sounds a little shivery as I warm up, that's just what's happening. A lot of the body heat that you generate is from the act of digestion. So when you're not digesting anything, you're not generating as much heat. So if you do participate in a fast, you may notice that you just feel cold. That's part of the reason why. $25. And I think I'm probably just going to jump from 225 to my working set. So I'm going to put my belt and wrist wraps on for this one. Just like I always say, you don't want to introduce a new variable on your working set. So usually, by your last warm-up set, you want all this stuff on. Belt, check. Wraps, check. Oh, in case you are wondering from watching past streams, I am still kind of battling that chest boo-boo ouchiness. I've basically got a giant knot in my left pec. It's like the size of a ping pong ball, and it just won't go away. I can still bench, but it just hurts. And I only complain about it because I'm assuming you guys haven't watched any videos up till now, so to me it feels like I'm just complaining every week, but to everyone else it's just setting context right. Good stretch there. All right. So we got 275, slap on a pair of fives, and we'll be good to go. All right. I guess there's no point in waiting, so let's just get into that first working set, which is one rep. One, we'll rest for a minute or two between sets. Feel so far away from you. Oh, what's that? Yeah. This is a new water bottle. I just got it for myself for Christmas, so I'm not even in the camera. But the Yeti Rambler, not really advertising for Yeti or anything, but cool thing is this lid on it is not a Yeti lid. It's from a I don't know if you can see the logo on that or not. VersaFactor. It's actually a little company that a friend of mine owns, but it's cool. It's has a top that flips up, and that's a magnet, so you can actually stick your phone if it's got a mag ring to that, and you can kind of film your sets or do whatever you need to using that. It's really handy. Or if like you're driving, I like to stick my phone to it so the map is just up. There's also a little compartment right here where you can put an air tag just in case you lose your water bottle or something a lot. But yeah, it's pretty nifty. I just need to get a new sticker for it. All right, that's 90 seconds. Let's go into our next set. Oh, that hurt. So, trying to pause at the bottom just to get rid of the stretch reflex a little bit. Guess there's not really a huge purpose for that, but I think what I'm doing on that is I'm letting my elbows flare out, which is I think what strained my pec in the first place was letting my elbows flare too out on the down. So these next reps might be a little quicker. I'm not bouncing it off my chest by any means, but I'm going to emphasize the pause last because it kind of helps me keep in tighter, which is going to ideally put a little less strain on my pec and hopefully let this thing heal. Probably should do some pump work to get some blood in there. So for the Spotto press, it's supposed to be a 4x4. We'll see how I feel after our as many reps as possible on my fifth set, but might just do like 185 or 225 on that just to try to get some light work, get blood into it. It'll probably end up being close to 225 just because my pride, but we'll see how that goes. That's actually what I hurt myself on. Was doing a Spotto press and I was doing slow on the way down. I tried to explode up, and as I went to explode back up, I'll have to find the video or something, but you can actually hear my my muscles popping as that happened. So that was like in October, and it's still kind of hurting. So I'm sure a doctor would tell me to rest, but that's what you tell people if you want them to stay small, right? That was not medical advice. That was tongue-in-cheek humor. All right. Let's do step number 3. Oh, that hurt less. That hurt less. So that might just be how we conduct business going forward. So we'll give it another minute and a half to rest. Just the fact that I'm able to do these with only 90 seconds to rest between and still feel pretty good. Probably means that I should be doing heavier weight. Just kind of a this first week of the phase is it's a percentage of what my max was 10 weeks ago, right? So it's kind of the starting point. And then let's say I need to do 1 rep on my last set, but during my AMRAP I'm able to get 6. I would add 5% of 285 to next week's weight. So 285 plus 5%, and then that's what I would do my 3 heavy singles with. And then of course we'd AMRAP that last set again, and whatever I get over that would be a percentage towards my actual top week, where it's just 1 heavy rep, which should ideally be a new max. 315 was the max I entered for starting this program. So really, I guess I should be happy with a 325. I'm probably going to try to work my way up to a 335 that week, just because that is my personal best. So I would like to at least get back to that, but we'll see what my chest has to say in 2 weeks. All right. Set number 4. All right. All right, that was 4. So this next one is just as many as I can get. I think last time I did this amount of weight, it was probably last week, right? Hoping for 5 or 6 reps. We'll see how that goes. What time is it? So we're 12:15. So make a pretty good time, if I do say so myself. That's the nice thing about peak phase is these workouts should theoretically be getting shorter over the next few weeks. Just because you're doing less volume. That said, that is kind of canceled out because since you're doing less volume, you're using much heavier weights, which might mean you need more rest between sets. So who knows? It might just be another 40-minute video. You'll just see less of me lifting and more of me sitting here talking. But it is what it is. If you have any questions or anything that you would like me to pontificate on, please let me know and I'll read up. It's a fun word, pontificate. All right, we're 1.5 minutes into our rest. I think I might give it 1 more minute, and then we'll wrap this out. It's kind of funny how like the difference between like talking to yourself is socially acceptable if there's a camera there, but like if I was just doing this and there was no camera, it would be schizophrenic. That's funny. 15 more seconds. No, I swear I'm talking to other people. Oh, are the other people in the room with you right now? Well, no. That's how I entertain myself when I don't have music on. All right. Let's take it for a ride. Lightweight. Yeah, buddy. Man! Woo! Can we get 7? 6! Maybe. You might find me pulling this off of myself. Yeah. Oh, it's just 6. Oh, I spent too much time yelling, yeah, buddy. Oh, like there's such a thing. All right, so we got 6. Wait, I still need this. Which is pretty in line with what we were aiming for. So, and 5% next week. Whew. Whew. Trying to stretch it out. I don't actually know if pulling on an already irritated muscle is really good for it. I know, like, if you do a strain or a pull, a lot of people's first instinct is just keep yanking on it. But it's that stretch that hurt it in the first place, right? So, or you can get like a lacrosse ball and just kind of put your body weight on where the trigger point is. I've heard that's effective. I don't have a lacrosse ball. I've used tennis balls in the past. They might be a little too soft for that purpose, though. But I got a massage gun, and I can probably use, what do we got on here? 225. Yeah, we'll see how that works with spiral press. So, if you haven't joined me before, this press it's gonna be like a normal bench press, but I'm gonna stop about an inch or two above my chest and then just come back up with it. So I'm not actually touching. And the goal of that is just to one, it eliminates that stretch reflex, and two, since you don't actually place the bar on your chest, you have to maintain tightness throughout the motion. So it kind of helps with bracing, and it creates additional time under tension because you're just tense through the entire motion. Yeah, it should be fine. All right, 4x4. I kind of like it too because it's helping me, since it keeps the tension on your chest throughout the entire time, and you're kind of in control with where the bar is. It's helping me navigate where in the motion I'm experiencing pain. So, ideally, if I can find a movement in there that is pain free, if I can find that and replicate it, I should theoretically, one, be able to not aggravate it any further, and then two, find a bench press pattern that doesn't hurt my pec in the future. Because it's like without fail, anytime I start reliably lifting, about 300 pounds, something in my left shoulder or pec gets hurt, and it sets me back another month or two, and then I'm starting back up at like a 275 max instead of a 335 max. So feels like I'm just constantly fighting for that same 60 pounds. All right, that's a minute. So I brought my hands in a little closer on that one. So normally I do my middle finger on the ring. The ring. My middle finger on the bevel for the bar. That's how I mark out that it's even. For this last set, I just brought it into my pinkies on the ring instead of my middle finger. And that closer grip. I mean, yeah, anytime you grip closer, it's going to put more emphasis on your triceps and take a little bit of that off your chest. So maybe that's just the answer. The problem is I'm not as strong from that position. So there's a balancing act there. But maybe, yeah, we'll do assistance work going forward with the smaller, narrower grip. Probably good for just getting triceps stronger anyway. And then do my working bench sets with a normal one and just power through it. So that way it only really impacts it once a week. I won't have to actually bench again until next Tuesday. I'll do some board presses later on this week, but if I close grip those, I think that'll work. All right. Another minute. We got 2 sets left of this, and then we're going to go into overhead press, where I just pause at the sticking point. It's an RPE of 6 today, so I think I'm just going to do it with 135. And then we'll get back to work. Nice thing with it being cold is I'm not going to sweat much, so I don't really even have to change my clothes before getting back in front of the computer, so that's a bonus. All right. One more set after this. I don't know if it's a shirt or what, but it looks like when I'm in the down, I'm left eye dominant, so that might be it. But it looks like my chest is just higher on the left side than it is for my right. I don't know if I'm laying down unevenly or if my chest isn't evenly developed. I don't know. Might have to work on my posture. All right, that's a minute. Or at least close enough to a minute. Like 52 seconds. But by the time I'm done yapping, it'll have been a minute. Come on. All right, we're almost done. Time flies when you're having fun, huh? Yeah, shoes. So we're gonna pop it up, hang out at about eye level for a second, and then finish the lift. Because that is my personal sticking point. It's like right about here. And probably the issue is that I'm letting the bar drift away from my center of gravity, which is bad in any of the lifts, so don't let it do that. Maybe that's something I should practice. There's some people who have the back flexibility that they basically lean so far back on the press that it's they're basically just benching while standing. Maybe that's my problem, is I just need more of a lean back. How far are we? 26 minutes, new record. Huh. Need to focus on keeping my back tight on this. Give myself a solid platform from which to lift up. How'd that look? Beautiful? I thought so. 2 more sets. So normally on Wednesdays, I would take a rest day and then pick up with deadlift on Thursday. But the way my calendar's shaking out this week, I don't think I'm going to have an opportunity to lift on Friday. So I think I'm going to do deadlift tomorrow and then overhead press on Thursday. We'll just shift everything one day to the left. And then that'll give me the weekend to get ready for squatting next week. So probably catch me tomorrow for my favorite day of the week, Dia de los Deadlifts. All right, 1 set remains. We'll breathe for another 45 seconds here, and then we'll finish her out. And yes, I know my hat is backwards. During the press, you want to keep the bar as close to your nose as possible in order to ensure a straight bar path. So if I wear my hat like a respectable adult, end up hitting the bill with the barbell, and then it just flips off my head. So we'll just turn it around for any overhead activities. All right, let's finish her out. Oh, I forgot to pause on that one. Doesn't count. There we go. Whew. All done. All right. See, hat back is in a respectable position. Whew. Anyway, that's it for today's workout. We're gonna clean up and get back to work. But thank you for joining me, and we'll see you tomorrow for deadlifts. Adios.